All right. Hey, what's up? We got a crew.
Yeah, we got a
got the
crew.
whole gang.
What's going on? Who here watched the debate?
We know our old
Well,
pal
how is
Jake
that?
did.
Wow.
I just
went
want
in
to
and
say
out.
I had no idea there was a debate until
Good.
like 5 minutes ago. So
Good for you.
well, not good for me because y'all fucked it up.
Oh, come on.
How did we F it up?
You told me.
And they
She
say,
wished she didn't
yeah.
know.
And
I
they
should
say
have
the
not
same.
known.
Oh, Andrea. Well, now you know. And now you know.
It's pretty bad, right, Jake? Wasn't it awful? I'm just assuming.
I mean, anything these demons in people skin say is going to be nightmarish. I will say there was signs of hope for sure. Like they were uncomfortable talking about the shellacking the Republicans got last night and why. Ramaswamy actually took somebody, it doesn't really matter who, took a veiled pass at Trump. Like they actually turned on him a little tiny bit, which was fun. But it was veiled, so.
Oh boy!
But mostly, what the reason it gave me hope is just that they had nothing. They had nothing the American people haven't heard already, that don't already know is a lie, so on and so forth.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, all these debates there's no Trump, so it's just a book tour thing. And I think anyone watching them is honestly like it's like one, it lowers your IQ to watch such garbage. Two, no one else is watching it except for like people that do this for like a living, I guess, like because it's just content at the end of the day. And three, they're just like raising their profile. I don't want to know who Vivek is. I choose not to. I choose not to know. I refuse. I feel like that's radical. I don't want to know these people.
One, but you'd really
disagree
get a kick out of this one.
Every point, on every single point. I think it is in fact dangerous to ignore this stuff because then we get confused when we get hit with a Republican strategy or Republican whatever crazy thing they're on that to us comes out of nowhere. But people who have taken the time to watch this stuff see coming and have had an opportunity to prepare for. Well, I think it's very, very valuable. That's why I do it.
I have a response. My response is you can find out all that information without watching the debate.
Well, that's true, of course.
But you don't learn
on who, where
you lose out on the skill of deciphering these people in real time. And I think that's an invaluable skill, particularly when you end up in the real world talking with the sort of folks that fall for this shtick. I think we need to get well versed in the language of the con artists because otherwise we're going to be dealing for the rest of our existence with people that are conned because we decided we were too good to participate.
I'll tell you.
I think you can get that without the debate. I think that, watching any Ben Shapiro clip, I think you can get the same kind of value. That's just my opinion.
Here's where I respond to what Andrea is saying. I think if there's any truth to it at all, it applies to all of these debates. Democrat, Republican, the one where they have them Democrat and Republican. I
Democratic
think it's all
debate. Am I missing something?
Yeah, there is none.
What they call a debate is not a debate. It's these TV show hosts with the crowd applauding, which is just mind-blowing that there's even a crowd there, an audience. I think that's just insane. I want to have real, legit debate where they talk about policy, and it's not just sound bites and I'm going to use this in an ad against you and I'm going to use this in an ad to raise money. It is
we're talking about Republicans, right?
All of them.
All politicians are required to take at least 8 hours worth of debate courses before they are even out on the stage.
No, because it would be nice to watch them fail at being bad at debating instead of getting the opportunity to keep doing it even though they suck at it. That's what they're supposed to be bad and lose and fall out of favor. You're supposed to be in court every day for being a fraud and not be the presidential candidate. Do you know what I mean? But it's working in their favor and it's driving me insane. I can't stand it.
And the course thing assumes
please tell us.
it assumes that they are they come by their poor debate behavior from ignorance. That's not the case. They are playing with the rules that will exist. And I think Matt's 100% correct with this. I think we need genuinely, if we want debates to be taken seriously, we need strict rules and no nonsense.
Yeah, there's a comic book
they
I've
need to
reviewed
learn how.
recently called Stump, where back in the day, like one of the original presidential debates, it broke out in a brawl, and they were like, "Okay, that's what we're gonna do from now on. You got to fight it out, right?" So like, whoever doesn't get their ass kicked gets to be president. That at least would be like entertaining, because
I would
whatever they're
love to
doing
see
now.
Trump versus Chris Christie.
Oh my God.
Pay. Oh my
Yes.
God.
I
See?
would be 1000% down for that.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Matt, I've got the visions now in my mind. Now you need to maybe take that and extrapolate on it and do something creative for us and make us laugh.
They already have the whole comic, but yeah, I
but
mean,
you can do
I
your
just
own
think
thing.
I just think it's knockdown drag out doesn't have to be physical. It should be
Right.
like he got stomped in that debate. That guy got wrecked, instead of the next day people going, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he did okay here and he did." No. Somebody has to lose. Somebody has to win. Somebody
I'm
has to
gonna
lose.
That's how
chime in
debates are,
real
yeah.
quick and
Yes,
say that
Andrea.
I don't think debates exist. I think that it's made up. I think everyone has their own definition of a debate, and there is no consensus, and therefore there's no such thing. I also think Americans are too dumb to possibly interpret anything that's going on. So
Okay. Well, but in terms of argument, don't you think this is how I look at a debate? I should be able to, if I'm good at it, I should be able to carry your argument as strong as my own. We could
you
just
should,
switch
yeah.
arguments and keep debating with confidence. Whereas these guys are like, "What am I supposed to say? Tell me what to do," and it's a disaster. But I don't know.
What in your guys' estimation, what is the point of a debate? What's it supposed to be? Not what is it, but what is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be discussion of policies, but debating whose policy will be effective, as opposed to making the argument that the other person is not going to win.
I
They
think
can't win.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really does depend on if we're talking, like, if we're just talking about presidential. I
Yeah.
think that there's asking them, "What do you think about this?" is garbage, because as soon as they become president, none of that shit's gonna happen. Whatever they say is not actually gonna be right. Like, there's all these things where like, "I'm gonna do this and that," and then day one they're like, "Oh, sorry, can't do it, donors."
No.
So I think
Mhm.
that they should be coming after them in terms of what are you going to do about lobbying money? It should be more honest, truth to power, speaking truth to power from the moderators, instead of
Oh, yeah.
treating it like it's all a legit, like the questions are as bad as the responses.
If we get a serious progressive candidate in 28, there is a chance we will see an utter change in the way debates are handled, for two reasons. Because of two things. Thing number one is the progressive will have the opportunity to say, "I won't participate," as one half of the people who can participate. "I won't participate unless X, Y, and Z conditions are met." It could be something as simple as I won't do it unless it's hosted by a college, for example, as opposed to a news station or a TV station.
Mm-hmm.
Thing number two is, if it's good, if the progressive lays down some rules that people like, American people will get a chance to see what debates could be, and that I look forward to, and I desperately
I agree
hope
with that.
Yeah, good, well said. Well, I'm so glad I didn't watch them, because I watched one with the leftist mafia, and I was like, I was like, "Don't look like you're falling asleep. Don't look like you're falling
I mean,
asleep."
like, this is like, really what happened was your appearance on that show was stolen by this fucking Republican advertisement, essentially.
Thank you. Thank you
Essentially,
very much.
I mean,
And they
you
should
could
have
have
me
gone
back
on there to
right
talk
away.
about the cart. You could have talked about Milagro. I see that's in the background. You know,
Yeah.
You have so much to talk about. Instead, it's how many donuts did Chris Christie eat today? I don't know, 7, 10.
I still got 100
Poor
subscribers.
Chris.
So
You could have gotten 200 when you think about it.
You got 100 subscribers out of that?
yeah.
pretty
Farron Cousins mentioned me randomly on his one of his Q&A live streams, and I got like 200 out of that.
That's great.
Nice.
Wild.
Well, because you're you're a different kind of show. You draw.
No, it's because he said it.
Interact. Yeah, he said it, but they had to
trust
come
him.
over to see it. Yeah.
Could you
okay,
imagine
we trust
trusting Farron Cousins of all people?
Hey,
I
I
make
don't know.
my
I
own
think
decision, I
he's-
suppose.
No, he's
I
solid.
go in and out on him, but I feel like he more often than not puts out good content. Why would you not trust him?
I'm just
Right.
making a
Just
joke.
kidding.
I'm just-
you have to learn to read between the jokes.
You will always get me on those. 100% of the time, you will get
I
me.
hope that makes me happy.
Anecdote after this, but please, Matt, you were talking and I jumped in.
Oh no, I was just gonna say sometimes these guys are legit with their opinion, very progressive. I love what they have to say. At the same time, they're working. They're not captured by their audience, but they're doing what their audience, essentially doing it for clicks without doing it for clicks. It's not clickbaity. They're like I get the most views out of this. I get the most retweets out of this. Whatever it is, they will lean into that. So it's a lot of Trump in court and a lot of Trump going to jail and
So
he's in big
much.
trouble and his kids are terrible. Whereas like there's news going on, right? So anyway, there is some of that, but they're really popular for a reason. So they're just working the algorithm, you know. I don't think you can fault somebody
I
for
don't
that.
know that
But
talking about Trump was working the algorithm. if you
Yeah,
were
maybe
were
that's not how I
around
should say it.
in the 70s and you were talking about Nixon and Watergate and the internet somehow was around, I mean, I don't know how you don't talk about it, I guess.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think the CIA had the internet in the 70s?
No.
No,
And like
not yet.
iPhones in the 80s?
In the 80s, there
No,
was
but I like that.
technology, but not iPhones, obviously.
Although I can tell you, there
83,
is.
first
I mean,
computer.
there is a right wing place where cell phones come from. They come from police. Fun fact. Yeah.
Yep. What about like you know how nowadays they show you that footage of like a UFO zipping around like at the speed of light, miles at a time, and then there are some people who go, that's just government technology they haven't told you about yet. Do you think that's true?
I agree with that. That's true.
You think we have the technology to?
Interesting.
Because like we're still teaching physics and stuff, and they can obviously like defy gravity and space time, and they
CG.
like.
When I would love it if it is government technology, but it's just hidden government movie technology. They're like, we
That's
actually
funny as
have
shit.
Avengers
Yeah.
5.
That's funny.
I just want to point out we got a little short-term memory loss here in the bottom left corner. What was that anecdote you were talking about, Jake?
Oh.
Do you remember?
Flashback to 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Kid turns to me and says, "Did you know gullible is not written in the dictionary?" And I was like, nonsense. And I look it up and I was like, it's right here. It's right here. And I still reading the definition to him because he was
Wow.
trying to be friendly with me. He was trying to I was too dumb to get it though. And he's like, all right. Oh my God, it's written on the ceiling. And I'm like, it's not. I don't know where you're getting your information, pal.
Wow. You
Can I
should
go
hang
back to
out.
Origin
Mr.
story?
Can I go back to Mr. Trump for a minute and
Yeah.
read? Okay, Lightning
Yeah.
Rod is on our chat, and he's from Canada. I thought Mr. Trump was chosen by God to lead the American people back to greatness. Thank you, Lightning Rod. It's great to
Where's-
see you.
Where's Canada again?
Above. It's right above.
Meaningless.
I actually did a
Technically
show.
south of me.
Oh,
Really?
Is that true?
South and north and east. Yeah.
You on the top of the Great Lakes?
No, but I'm right next to Detroit, and we stick out ever so slightly in my district.
And as a Buffalonian or former,
Ooh.
I was always in Canada because you go over the Peace Bridge, and before COVID, you could go over very easily.
Yes.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, yes, they had more security after 9/11 and all that other happy horse shit, but you could go there.
Wait,
a lot.
They call them Buffalonians?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did just kind of skate by that.
They don't just call them buffaloes?
Well, it depends.
I think, because I've even been there and I don't
Buffalonians.
recall anyone saying, well, I'm an actual Buffalonian.
Is that like something that happens? You just
Maybe
go
it's
somewhere
just a
and then like some
Sandyism.
person walks out of nowhere. I'm a Buffalonian. You know,
Yeah,
I see
been
you in
there.
tourist, you know, I just gotta let you know.
I've been there a lot. Anyway, maybe.
Well,
And did you know
Buffalo
that to
native?
buffalo also means to bully or bother someone? So you could technically say buffalo, 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 buffalo.
I'm loving this. This is funny.
Okay.
There's nothing better than laughing. Oh, thank you.
I wish I could
I
laugh.
know.
Hey guys, in my chat, is my mic better? Of course, they were already telling me to turn up my mic.
I don't know. It sounds okay.
All
But
right.
what do I know?
Well, it's my main
What,
mod.
you know, you all have the same fucking microphone.
I was having,
Hey, Bob Carmody.
I had
I'm still
audio
here with it.
issues during my
Nope.
interview. It was only
Yeah.
on my end, but
Yeah. Was
and it wasn't as bad in the replay as it was to me. But like, so at one point during the interview, I took a screen grab of something because there was a super chat I wasn't going to read on air during the interview, so I wanted
Right.
to remember for now. And after I took the screenshot, the microphone sounded great. So before I said anything, I was taking screenshots. Just like, I don't know why that's a thing, but in case. So every time I thought he was about to finish, I would like slowly, like I'm doing it now, I'd slowly reach forward without anyone noticing and take a screenshot. And then my audio was a little bit better, but it was, it's always fucking something. I swear to God.
It is when you're a live
I
streamer.
wish I knew
it
what the
always
fuck you
is.
just said. So you took a screenshot?
Yeah,
and then
as
that
he was
affected your
doing the
audio?
show.
I took a screenshot, and then the next time I talked, my audio was fine because it was like the first couple of words of everything that I would say was a little distorted. And so
Yeah.
this one time where I took a screenshot, it wasn't distorted. So then
Don't
before
take
I
your
would talk,
screenshots.
no, the screenshot fixed it. So before I talked, I would take a screenshot, and
No
it was
shit.
better. And I
This
was like,
is like
what the
some
That's
fuck
like
is
wild.
believe
that?
in
So
ghosts
weird.
type stuff.
Well, that is kind of wild. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense. But I was
All
like,
right.
I was starting sentences like from back here like this. I would go, so in my next question, I want to, and I was
Did the
trying
nukes just
everything.
go off? What was that button you pressed?
It was the weirdest thing. I don't know. It was
Oh, no.
it was irritating.
Is World War III happening right now? Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Is it?
Unrelated.
Should we go out and look? You know,
Maybe.
I lived in a neighborhood that had a one of those air sirens, air horn. What do you call them? A siren that would
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah.
And so you'll remember, like right after Trump became president, there was all this stuff with North Korea, and everyone was freaked out, like they were testing nukes, and we were like, "Oh my God, they could drop one at any minute." There was some news that day that had everyone on edge. That night at like 2:30 in the morning, the siren's going off. It was like a tornado siren,
Ooh.
but I was
That's scary.
up. I went right outside.
Yeah.
And then all my neighbors were outside. The whole neighborhood was outside. And I looked down the street at my neighbor Russ, and I said, "It's a malfunction, right?" And he goes, "I'm going back to bed." I was like,
Oh
"Okay."
boy.
But
That's a
like we
scary
thought
one.
that was it. It was like a scene in a movie where everyone goes outside
Oh.
to watch the missile. It was like hardcore, man. We were all freaked out.
That's crazy.
Rightly so. That's
And
legitimately terrifying.
I remember cussing him out under my breath, like, "You voted for him."
Did you live near a Nike base?
A what?
They were military installations called Nike bases. I think they started dismantling them or finished dismantling them in the 90s, but they were all over too.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
remember this at all.
Yeah, look it up when you get a chance. Nike
Yeah, I will.
base, and they would be in. There was one not far from where I lived, outside of being a Buffalonian, and it was an old Nike base, and they converted it. It's baseball field, but that's what it is. So look it up. It's pretty interesting.
Groovy. I will. Thank you.
Groovy.
And Andrea, to answer your question, I won't go into specifics on the stream because we all want to stay monetized. That was not a button. I was just rolling something, and I put away the supplies for rolling it. And then after this stream, your old pal Jake, with his pink eye and hasn't had access to his own shower in 10 days. I'm going to go just enjoy the best, most bubbly bath. It's going to be something out of.
So while we're on the subject, apparently Ohio legalized marijuana recently.
Oh yeah,
I heard.
Yeah, that was good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's really
to Ohio.
good.
It's funny. I was watching.
That explains why my sister has those dreadlocks now.
Overnight, I was watching Stranger Things, and the most recent season, and they bribed this one guy.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh Jesus!
I haven't seen it yet. I watched the first episode, and then I stopped.
Okay, they bribed this guy with a fatty, and I was like, yeah, right. Bunch of white kids on TV. It's all fun and games. Yay! It's all friendly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people are rotting in prison. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really weird how it's in our culture in this really like fun and laid back way, but like, are cops watching Stranger Things going, I would arrest those kids? You know what I mean? Like, those Stranger Kids things have a joint, you know?
Or are they watching them with their kids? Watching it with their kids.
You know?
I'm sure they're hypocritical. There's no way my hair is going to look anything other than like a mad scientist. I'm sorry.
You're fine,
my
Jake.
hair looks like shit.
It's so...
You're fine, Jake.
I mean, I don't even know how to explain this.
I'm loving my hair right now.
But literally all three of you damn monsters have like naturally kind of nice hair.
That's not true whatsoever.
I'm looking at you, you liar. I'm looking at it right now.
I have a knot here. I haven't been able to get this out. You know, I haven't tried.
I'm losing my hair from an illness.
Don't worry about that.
Try being a chick and losing your hair.
Oof.
Oof. Ugh.
If it's any consolation, I'm losing it just from God deciding.
Oh yeah, look at you. You got that. You got that.
Gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
You're going to work.
It looks intact, right?
On Park Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have a frustratingly fantastic head of hair.
Just put that New York suit on.
I am really excited to have gray hair. I have a couple. I don't know if they show up. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
It's this crazy world making you gray.
It is fun.
I have a couple like somewhere around here. I don't know.
You know, I'm 8 years older than Rashad Ritchie.
You are?
You really?
Really?
Yeah, I gotta tell you,
wow.
Poor Rashad Ritchie. Then he's got a lot of city miles.
It's the suit.
It's his presentation. It's totally
suits and mustache. Jake, watch out.
Wow, isn't that a freak out when makes you feel weird when somebody is so much younger than you are?
I mean,
it's when it's not expected. Yeah,
right.
I don't really pay attention to it,
but you did now.
Like, as the youngest person on the show, I think,
and
I would like to say, I think it's weird that you guys are so old.
Yikes. Well, it's also natural because we were born before you. So, like, what's weird about it?
That's weird. That's what's weird.
What's
so
today?
Old.
I'm gonna be 49 in a month.
Oh,
You're
that's
a baby.
Oh my God, that's right. It's almost December. Huh.
At least I can't be your mother.
Well, it's the age of Sagittarians. Any other Sagittarians here? Nope. Sorry, I'm the only one. Oh, you are.
Oh, you're a Sagittarius.
When's your birthday?
Yes.
Whoa.
December 16th.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in competition with Jesus for attention. So
look at that.
But you're going to be 29?
I'm going to be
35.
30,
I know.
It's 37 or 38. I honestly don't remember.
I always forget.
Really?
After like 6 months in, I'm like, am I the one before or after? I can't remember.
All right, folks, if you don't have a December birthday, here's the weird thing about it. It's hard to get your age. because it
Right.
really is dependent on what month it is. Like I know that's true of all birthday, but like you can't just do like quick math. Like, oh, I'm born towards the beginning of the year, or it's the second half of the year, so I know. You always got to be like, is it that time during the year where it's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. Did you find that's true of you too? I'm especially dumb. It might not be true of you. That it makes it hard to get your age right because of the birthday?
Absolutely. My brother is one. Well, first of all, I turned 18 in high school, so I could buy all my friends their cigarettes. So that was cool.
Yes.
But like my brother's a year and 3 months older than me. I think they call that Irish twins. And so I say, how old are you, man? He's like 50. I go, right. Okay, right. I'll be 49.
Yes. I do that with my siblings too. That's
fantastic. I think age is meaningless.
It is.
If it matters to somebody, okay. Then
I'm more interested in the biological age, you know.
Oh, talk to me.
That's what I'm interested in.
What's that mean?
In which case, I'm getting ready for my biological social security check because your old pal Jake has not used this this
I'm at least
age very wisely.
I'm at least 30 physically and 103 mentally.
Yeah.
I find I learn a lot.
I hate young people and new music so much. I'm just kidding.
And I learned so much from all of you, all of everybody younger than me.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wait,
absolutely.
What's biological age?
Yeah, Andrea.
Well, biological age is like a collection of markers that determine how old your body is, like biologically versus chronologically, which is when you were born. So depending on how your health is, typically your diet, you could theoretically be older than your chronological age or younger. Okay. So if you eat like shit, you can actually be like 5 to 10 years older than you think you are.
Right. I'm not in that club. Oh, no, I grow my food. I do well. Nope, I'm not in that club. Nope. I'm in the Andrea Club, and I used to watch your show, Cooking with the Bitch.
I got to start that again.
I missed it. You were great at it. And you had a great stove, too. You have a great stove.
It's a gas stove, though.
I know, but it was a great one for cooking. I understand. I have a very old one, and I feel like it leaks propane in my house, and I don't like it, but I have to consider, just keeping it until the thing falls off the face of the earth. It's model 2001, and it's a space odyssey all in itself.
Look at Kowalski.
A Norse god. Prairie fire. I got the biological age of a Norse god.
I talked to him the other night. He called into my show. That was great.
That's rad. I heard him on the Majority Report today. I gotta say, it's a little thrill for me when he calls in on anything. I love hearing that guy chat.
I missed today's. Do you want to know what I was doing today? I totally missed all the shows. Do you want to know what I was up to?
Yeah, sure.
I got a lead, and I told this to my members, but I'll tell everyone now. Matt Bender wanted a plush doll of himself as a Peanuts character. Like when I draw him as a Peanuts character, he looked into it and it wasn't practical.
Yeah.
And I found a lead and it fell through. I found somebody who said, I'll make you 12 for something very affordable, and it fell through, whatever. So I was like, I wonder if I could do it myself. So I'm like almost ready to do it. I probably couldn't make more than 2 of them. But
I've literally considered that.
I was researching.
I think there's a market there.
I was researching the heck out of it today, and I was like, I think I could do this.
I hope you do. That sounds.
And this is where we announce the Left Past 10 merchandise line.
Well,
I love the idea of, imagine this, a Left Past 10 like merchandising kit. And it's just like those boxes. Well, yeah, but like
just
imagine
like those boxes.
You're right. Just like them, Andrea.
No. Just like those
just
boxes
like
of goodies
I
they used to send out. You remember when they'd be like, you can sign up for the comics thing or whatever. And it would be like a collection of. But with us, it's actually made by us. And there's a 1 in 4 chance that it's made almost so incompetently that you can't use it. If
So
if you get just like a bunch of fluff and some thread, it's like, oh, Jake made it this time.
Okay. This is like kind of grab bag white elephant almost, right? Like,
Yes.
like because
Yeah.
when the audience member receives their mystery box, they can choose to regift it.
Oh,
instead of
that's
opening
even
it,
more
right?
fun. The post
love
office
that.
will love us.
Because then they're like, oh, it really was nothing but like paper towels.
We are doing the sillies for sure. I like the idea though. Yeah. It's fun.
No, I seriously, that would be like an artifact, a plushie of Matt Binder, but it's your Peanuts drawing made by the guy who drew it initially. Like, I think that's like a leftist artifact. That's like having a receipt from Cedar Seeds. Like, that's a special brand.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that had merch. I had coffee cups made that I mailed out to every single person. I didn't have a company do it. I still have some. You'll have to get one. So you'll have to send me your address because I think I have 3 left. And that was it. That was my big foray into merch. It was a lot of work sending out. Well, I did it when people donated on Buy Me a Coffee, and I had coffee cups with our logo, but it was work. I have enough work.
I know there's all these to mail shit for sure.
Oh, it was.
It doesn't seem like it. Like it. You would think. I used to run an eBay store, so like you would think, like, oh, you just put it in the thing, and then the stress, the anxiety. Oh, did I do it on time? Oh, I'm a day late. Oh my god, it's the worst.
Yeah,
well, you 3 have
on
one.
eBay.
When?
And it's suddenly costing me 3 times as much as as the person paid for it.
Yeah, and then fucking Louis DeJoy gets installed, and the USPS all of a sudden hikes their shit up, and now I'm out fucking 3% on everything, and now I'm selling at a loss, and it's all fucking over.
It was $10 to sell to ship every coffee cup, and I wasn't asking my people. I paid for it because I wanted them to have the coffee cup.
So like they give you like $1 and then you spend $9 sending them a fucking
I know. It's okay.
She's a leftist.
Goddamn right. And it made me feel good. And Kid was just screaming in the chat, I have a coffee cup. So that's good. Yes.
Can I regale you guys with what's on the back of my mind right now?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Oh, on the back.
Damn.
We need sound effects.
That means yes.
All right.
You got to read between the jokes.
I was walking the Jack Russell earlier, and we came across a cat, and the cat seemed like it so wanted my attention that it was willing to come near my dog. But my dog freaked it out then. Put the dog back, went back to where I found the cat. Cat walked right up to me. So now it is in my garage with an open can of tuna and some water and a towel, and I put out something on Nextdoor to see if it belongs to anybody, and I'm hoping to the good Lord that it is somebody's cat, because I don't want a cat, and I'm also extraordinarily allergic, and I already have pink eye.
So is this
crazy
cat
guy coming up?
You are forgetting things from like 2 seconds ago?
No, that's pot.
And you're
He's
unrelated.
The kitty.
Okay.
That's how I got 6 of my
either.
7.
It's not necessarily bad.
6 of my brood of rescues that showed up on the deck in the middle. I live in the middle of nowhere.
How can I interest you in a 7th?
No, you can't. But if you need to, you just get on Facebook, put it out there that you found a cat, and if not, somebody will take it. Some people adopt animals that are full of love. I don't know if I can help you there. I just found homes for 2 kittens.
Oh,
I would do that. No, I'm not an angel. I just
Hey,
love animals.
Cats are earthlings too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're loving little
I
furry
genuinely
ones.
stand by that. Yeah.
I'm sorry you're
Honestly,
allergic.
If aliens ever show up and we're selecting representatives of Earth, we ought to pick dogs as like one of them. Just be like, before you judge all Earthlings, remember, some of them are these sweet lads, huh?
Yeah.
They would be like, beep, bop. They said buffalonian, beep, bop.
That's true.
Beep.
I don't know.
Is
On one hand, you got
Buffalonian a
dogs.
new meal?
On the other hand, Buffalonian.
It's Buffalonian
Let's just pull out the
on whack.
decoray.
Buffalonian on whack. If you're from Buffalo, you know what a beef on whack is, right?
All right, inform me, a Midwesterner. What is that?
It's a salted roll with either pork, pulled pork in it, or beef.
Is there
on
push
whack?
pork?
So beef would be roast beef, but it's always that salted roll. Buffalo has so many traditions and things. Did you know what Dingus Day is? Have you ever heard of Dingus Day? I know, Dingus. Right? Yeah, but Dingus Day they celebrate every year. It's a big Polish holiday. When I first moved to Buffalo, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, but Buffalo,
no
I will say about Buffalo, oh no, they have big parties. Buffalo is the party central of Western New York. It really is. They will find something to party about. Yep.
And let me just say,
Christy
Dearborn
Z is a Buffalonian girl.
Christy
Z, our Christy Z.
Good
so
on
she
you,
just said
Christy.
it. She just said it. 716. Yay. All right, let's see. Okay, we're done.
Well, let me just say, Dearborn is party central for southern eastern Michigan.
Okay.
As long as we're cordoning off areas and calling them
probably similar cities then, because they were both blue collar working cities. Dearborn, Carr, Buffalo made the steel.
Good point.
It just occurred to me, I don't even know what you call it when you live in South Carolina. And I've been here for a year and a half. South Carolinian?
South Carolinian. South Carolinian.
Is that it?
Yeah.
South Carolinian? So all of a sudden you say South Carolina different? South Carolinian?
Yeah, I think so. Did you get the video I sent you?
South Carolinian and better. I haven't watched it.
Oh,
hey, you don't need to educate me on South Carolina.
I know
I'm
you've
here,
been there.
Okay? I get it.
I was like, I have to send this even though I know you're there. I know.
That's why I didn't watch it yet because I was like, okay. I mean, could also just go out.
Speaking of Dearborn, can we go into the Rashida Tlaib being censured thing?
Oh,
Does anyone want to talk about this?
Well,
go ahead.
My first thought was with the censure, I wanted to talk about what it was, the through civics, and I pulled up stuff. But then, I thought, oh wow, censoring is kind of funny because of the people that have been censured.
Why
give
does
us
it
a
exist,
list.
though?
Why does it exist? You want me to read it? Okay, I'll just give you a really quick thing because
I feel like it doesn't need to exist, or
it
should have stricter.
It's the authority of the House to discipline its members flows from the Constitution, and it provides that each House may punish its members for disorderly behavior, and with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. Expulsion, and then it goes into there's a whole thing, exclusion, all that. But what I thought was really funny was some of the people and the reasons why they were censured back in the 1800s.
Ooh, okay.
And they have to, they have to like stand up in front of the rest of the Congress and be embarrassed. But today, do you think Rashida was embarrassed? Do you think that Adam Schiff was embarrassed? They were just, it's a mockery. So back in, all right, the funny one, and it's not so funny, actually. It's kind of pathetic, this guy. Joshua Giddings was his name, and he was in the Whig Party, WHIG Party, which was a legitimate party, Ohio, and in a vote count of 125 to 69, he was censured for introducing an anti-slavery resolution deemed to be incendiary and violation of the gag rule prohibiting discussion of slavery in 1842. So he was censured. That was big shit back then.
What a piece of shit that guy was. Like, how dare you violate the gag order? Like, what do you think this is?
But they prohibited that you couldn't even talk about it. Right?
Yeah.
So we can all agree that guy should have been censured.
Well, it's kind of weird. No, it wasn't that. Listen,
I know. I'm busting your chops. Of course.
Bust them. I'm getting too serious.
No. I like where you're going. I think this is a valid conversation.
It's very interesting. And
give us more ridiculous things.
All right. So there's 1867, a Democrat from New York, John W. Hunter, he was censured for using unparliamentary language. So he probably said, fuck. But do you think that word was around in 1867?
He probably said, damn.
Yeah.
And they were like,
I actually looked this up once, like the earliest recorded version of fuck, and there was like 1880 something is like they were like recording some like radio test or whatever, and something went wrong, and one of the guys was like, fuck.
You should look that up while we're doing this.
Recorded version of fuck.
Hey, does censoring go against the will of the voter? Don't you think like the voters? I don't know if I agree with this, but the voters put somebody in the house. He did something the rest of the house didn't like, and they censured him. Well, what about the people that voted? Maybe they wanted him to say that stuff or do that stuff. I don't know.
Well, it's about ethics. It's about which.
It's unethical the way they used it today, if you ask me.
Oh, of course it was.
Of
course it was.
I don't get it. Like, just get rid of it.
It doesn't mean anything. Get rid of it.
What helps me to decide things like this is to exaggerate, to see if I agree with the principle behind the thing first, or if it's just a matter of, So, like, if you elect somebody into office and then they murder somebody with a hatchet. Or more realistic.
That's like breaking the law.
They get up on the floor and they say, like, we should go to war with Canada. I am now saying, Canada, we're going to war with them. Clearly, like, somewhere out of left field. Mm-hmm. I think there should be disciplinary actions that can be taken to remove people's power that has been given by the people. But I don't think the House should take it. To Matt's point, it should be up to the people. You should be able to recall your congressperson, which, by the way,
but this is the body within itself having its own rules.
Yeah,
to rein
and that's
in
where I
its
disagree.
members. Well,
I think all their rules are horseshit, though, and they don't make any sense.
Like, did they censure those dumb motherfuckers who tried to overturn the election? Like, come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're not in Congress or the Senate yet. The ones that they haven't proven, right?
What's the one? Because I always forget what this is called. There's that one thing in Congress who. It's an unelected position that can just say, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They go, no, we can't. Yeah, right. That. Like all these rules, it's like we're voting for people to go into Congress. And then it's like, well, whatever Congress wants, they can do.
It's a scam.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. It's
all
all corrupt.
They do go by some of Robert's rules of order for meetings. I mean, there's a process and all. It's a little, it used to be a lot more, I'd say, serious until this round, 2016 took hold.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, that's good. Let me know why.
I think all of these guys are fucking stupid. It's just that they use different language.
Which guys?
I mean, Republicans for sure. Like, these guys have been fucking stupid pretty much forever. I mean, at least since like the 1940s or 50s. They're just dumb as hell. Like, I mean, Democrats are also pretty fucking stupid.
Dumb or like evil? Or is it
both?
Like literally dumb? What do you?
I think they're literally dumb. Yeah. I mean, I would say maybe like 5 to 10% of Congress has like an IQ above 6, maybe. I think they're both dumb and
collectively,
stupid and
it gets worse. Yeah, like I think that they're all just kind of like mob mentality stupidity.
Some of it, yep. Well,
like, I don't know. I like sometimes go back and watch like old C-SPAN videos because that's just the kind of fucking stupid idiot that I am.
No.
And like, like in the 90s, man, like Democrats in the 90s. Wow, those are some dumb motherfuckers. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was post Reagan, and the shock that was running through the Democratic Party was that from everything they saw, neoliberalism was popular, and nobody understood. Like, it was popular because nobody understood it, including the Democrats. So they thought, let's get on board. we can be business types.
Like,
We'll
these
be
guys are so
business
fucking
types.
dumb. Like, Ross Perot basically gives them a free election, and they think they won it on their own merit. Like,
Yeah.
come the fuck on now.
I don't think there's any such thing as a good politician.
Why not?
There might be good
That's
people,
a hot take
but
from Letterhack. Holy shit!
there might be
Mallory
good.
I can name I can name two
No,
examples.
I'm saying.
I wonder
I'm
what
saying,
Nina Turner, former
My mayor
Letterhack
and my
guest, would
representative.
think of this. Holy.
I think that there are very good-hearted people, well-meaning people, decent people. Some of my favorite people may have been politicians.
Some of my best friends are politicians.
But but you can't be a part of this thing without at least being systemically corrupt, and there's something wrong with you to be a part of that. I'm not saying that, I'm not holding it against them. I'm saying we need to fix whatever that part of you is. Like, I get it. You think you can make a difference. You think you can do something good, but as soon as you're a part of this thing, you're as corrupt as it is. Just guilty by association.
Well, by it's
I think it is
fundraising mechanisms. It's the time spent.
Letterhack is like fucking going crazy.
I don't think
like, the whole system's corrupt.
Yeah,
just take that at face value. As soon as you get elected, in your theory here, as soon as you get elected, you are as corrupt as the system you got elected into.
Yeah, because you're just a
I think it's the default, and it's incumbent upon you to like actually try and do something different.
There's no
one does.
There's no one good politician. Now, I think what you need
Have
is
you heard Mallory McMorrow?
I think you need a substantial caucus. I think that you need like 100 like-minded people with the exact same goal. You represent your district or your state or whatever it is, and then you're all in Congress to do one thing: fix it. Right? Do the right thing. And you can do that. This is why I say there is no one good politician out there. There needs to be a shitload of them all at the same time doing the same thing.
And they all should be customer service agents for their constituents.
Maybe. Can I give a shout out to Jamal Bowman for pulling the fire alarm? Like, that's a good politician, man. Holy shit.
I mean, even if he wasn't lying about why he did it, it was like, okay.
Oh, I mean, he should lie. Like, that makes it way more fun, honestly.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that all politicians are bad. I'm saying that there is no one good one. Like, once you're a politician as your job, you can't do it alone.
Right. Agreed. And that is a frustrating thing, I think, for a lot of leftists to take into their hearts. I think a lot of us think like we're going to get that one president who's going to fix it all. And even if we elected Bernie Sanders tomorrow somehow, without a not just Democrat but overwhelmingly Democrat and progressive House and Senate, nothing that Bernie Sanders wants to do will happen. So even if we kept an annoying politician in the office who wasn't an outright just a veto machine, well, even if they were a veto machine, it wouldn't matter. They can't veto twice. So really, we can overwhelm the presidency if all of us, all of you, sign up, get elected to something, and become the next generation that will simply not wait for a hero, but be the collective heroes ourselves.
Yeah, we need like money.
I'm too high to do it. It's going to have to be.
We need Moneyball.
Oh, it's not me.
People like that. Why do you think there's a Trump cult? People are looking for that. They're looking for that all over the world. They want that worship. The lazy fix, and they want to worship someone, and they want an authoritarian, so they don't have to think about their life. They want to march in lockstep with a leader.
Yeah, I think Americans are hopelessly dumb. I don't really think that this whole thing is going to be saved. I mean, call me pessimistic, but I think Americans are too dumb to save this country.
I mean, what? All right,
that doesn't cancel out their potential, though.
I agree. There is potential, and that's what makes me cry myself to sleep every night.
We could extrapolate this to climate chaos. The country, the climate. Are we going to fix either one?
Nah.
Oh, I forget whose chops I was busting that I wanted
Andrea.
to.
It was
I think
Andrea.
it was me.
It might have been.
You want to do like a thing where you pretend to hit me in your box, and then I react like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, we
all Americans are dumb is where you were going to pick up
on. No, let me.
Not all, just 97%.
That's ignorant.
I'd say the ones who don't vote.
I don't think, by the way, there's anything wrong with wanting a lazy fix. I think I want a lazy fix. I wish we could just fix it quickly, but it's simply not going to happen. That's all I was getting at earlier.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said for criticizing the situation. I think that that's really healthy, and I like it. I do think for me, I just automatically go back to I'm not giving up, and maybe that's naive at some point.
No,
but I don't want to give up on like when people say, "Oh, there's going to be civil war." I don't think so. I don't think my fellow Americans are going to do that.
My fellow Americans.
So someone on this show quote unquote.
I don't think so either. Based on where I live,
my fellow American. I didn't raise my quotes high enough.
God damn.
I mean, it's a literal expression.
Americans. Yeah, but
you are an American, and they are your fellows.
Yeah,
they are not my fellows.
The proverbial.
I don't even know this
fellow
American. You might not be proud of them, but it's like having a cousin.
I don't have any cousins. I renounce.
It's not gonna happen.
She renounced cousins.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, I think that people, at the end of the day, there are some very fringe types that get a lot of attention. But I don't. I think for the most part, I'm not worried about it. I don't think people are going to turn on each other like that.
We got a lot of work.
Maybe they would have. But anyway, I have faith in humanity as well, which is, like I said, sometimes I feel naive. But
yeah, I'm here to burst your bubble.
I have faith in small, random acts of kindness that happen. I have faith that there are some good people that really want to work on these solutions. That may not exist, but I interviewed Antarctic polar scientist today, Dr. Gilbs. She's 31 years old. There's an amazing person there. There are pockets of just amazement out there. So I guess that's what keeps me going. It doesn't make me a nihilist. They call us doomer for the big picture, which is pretty scary, but not nihilism, and certainly not giving up activism for things that we want.
Absolutely. The generation before mine, and I don't mean literally in terms of X or whatever. I mean just like the handful of people that were able to move and shape things before me had this attitude, like it was cool. It was cool to not try. And that I grew up despising that attitude, because that is how villains win in a world populated by decent people, is popularizing inaction. And I would beg you all to not.
I think we should try, but I also don't think that we live in a world populated with decent people. I think most people are pretty much, I don't know. I'm pretty jaded on the people thing, but maybe I'm an extremist.
I can understand.
It's like over time, because I can't think it's self-inflicted, because over time it's like, look at the people who are pushing food and stuff that make you dumb or don't make you smart. You know what I mean? Look at the people
who say food.
Look at the people who encourage diets and habits that are really bad for you and bring you down and
like doing a weekly podcast, for example.
Oh, I have a question for everybody. If you could stop doing everything you're doing right now and your livelihood didn't depend on it, would you embrace some form of art, whether people were going to see it or not?
Yeah, I did that about like 6 months ago.
I know exactly what I would do.
Oh, what?
I would have a so-so internet politics stream. And every night I would try very hard to.
So no, the answer is no.
That's not
Every
art.
night I would try
But to
very
him,
hard
it's
to
art.
animate a little bit more of a cartoon about Canadian political lefties wrestling each other. I would do exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And I can
Canadian
say this with confidence because that is what I'm doing. That is
progressive
my exact
lefty.
situation.
But if you could check out in the name of, and this is
Lost.
what I'm asking, if you could check out totally in the name of creating art, would you?
I did.
Well, define
I
check
am.
out.
It's not good art, but I did.
I mean,
I
stop
do by
advocating.
videos.
Stop advocating for the climate. Stop advocating for the planet. Stop
That's a
advocating
fake
for
question.
government
That's
and
a
all
fake
that.
question. Because
Yeah, some
like, what am
people
I
do
supposed to do?
this.
Produce art that doesn't have any message? Like, what am I just going to put a
Yeah.
handprint on the wall? That's not art.
Yeah.
That's
No,
bogus.
no.
That's bogus.
You go out in the middle of nowhere, get a little cabin. Your livelihood doesn't depend on it. You'll be fine, right? Just
I mean, set aside the
hypothetically.
livelihood part, but the spirit of the question being the things you want to happen in the world are
False
taken care of.
choice.
They will
No.
be taken care of.
Maybe not.
No. If it's not a matter of livelihood, it's irrelevant to me. You're looking at it. What about you?
Bob
No
says it's a
livelihood
false
necessary.
choice. I don't
No,
know.
like if you could just be out by yourself painting all day and not have to. It's just like whatever's going on. I'm
The
just gonna
George
sit here and
W. Bush
focus on
special.
being the best painter I can be.
That's good.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
how
mean
can you
that's
be the
different
best if
because
you
he
can't
was
share?
president, and then he was like, "That's not my job anymore. I'm paint." That's different. I'm saying like
Okay. But you're asking us to if we
It's
had
extreme.
no I'm going to think about this a little, but paraphrase it. You're asking us to say if we had absolutely no cares in the world and everything was compensated for, your bills were paid, blah blah, you could get out there and do your art.
Yeah, like back in the day, people used to be like,
Mhm.
"I have a lot of money. I'll fund your lifestyle to just be an artist."
But it depends on what the art is. My art for me, I really like making music videos and graphics, and I would love to do more of it. And just
Yeah,
do
but you're
that.
doing that now.
Yeah, all
You'd
right.
have
so
to
it has
stop
to be
everything.
everything.
I guess I don't
My
understand
life doesn't
the premise of
depend
the
on
question.
that.
Yeah, that's
My-
a dumb question.
what
I'm
I'm-
here to pop
Look,
out here.
all right,
What
so-
I'm trying to get to is that you guys, even though it's a struggle, would continue doing exactly what you're doing right now, right? Humans aren't dumb. You're not dumb. This might be fruitless. Maybe we don't make a difference, but it's the act of trying, right?
Yeah.
And even if you could just do something like focus on painting or sculpting or making plush dolls or whatever and never have to worry about bills and where's your next meal going to come from, you wouldn't do that. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people would fucking do that.
So it's try something different.
Well, I would use
No,
I
it's
would
keep-
use
you
my
would just
art
keep
in order
doing
to
what you're
push
doing.
my agenda. They're not
Yeah,
mutually.
which
I
is
would
what
do
you
both
do
at
now.
once.
That's basically
Yeah.
what I do. I'm just trying to get to the point that discussing whether or not there's any potential for humanity or Americans to do the right thing. I mean, here's 4 out of 4. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you had an opportunity, because I think it'd be pretty fucking sweet if somebody was like, you don't have to worry about bills, money, or food. You can just go be an
I
artist.
grow it. I'm an artist in my garden. I mean, it's an art
Ooh.
form when you're growing
It is.
beautiful vegetables and taking care of getting the bugs out of them and making them healthy looking, and not designer vegetables, but good vegetables. That's an art. It really is. And designing the garden. But
Oh, yeah.
that's something I do now. I don't know if I could be a potter.
Yeah,
But
I would
point
just
taken.
use the money to fuel my agenda, and my agenda is world domination. So
Because I had the opportunity fairly recently to do what I just put out there. And I was like, no way.
Exactly. Yeah.
So someone like walked up to you, I'm going to give you a lifetime's worth of money, but you have to shut down your YouTube channel and all social media.
It was for a period of time.
Okay.
I would. If it made me
Interesting.
happy.
Like, I'm just curious, like, what is the nature of this deal? Like, is it like you have to go somewhere where you don't have internet?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
It
more
was
sense.
countryside house in Italy. I could be out there for as long as I wanted, up to a certain amount of time to make art.
Can you, whoever send that, can you?
No, see, now all of a sudden you're like, I want to go. See, this is what I was just fucking saying.
Okay.
Do you
I
or
would
not?
do countryside in Italy. Like, let's go. I'm in.
Can you speak Italian?
I don't need to. I'm gonna be in the house.
They can
all
speak
day.
English. I always think like I don't need to speak their language. They can speak English.
We've butchered enough countries. We don't have to learn other languages.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's that question didn't come out of thin air. Like that's a real opportunity I had, and I was like, no.
I wouldn't survive without the internet, and if I had the internet, I would continue doing stuff like this.
Let me toss a twist on this old saying your way. I do think people are generally good, but I also think generally they are weak and they're only a little bit good. You know, like in a world where everybody is perfectly safe and fed and they come across somebody who is not, and if they have extra, they'll be like, okay. But if they have even the slightest worry that they won't have their full meal and safety tomorrow, then nope. But I think it's that moment where
there's a little bit of good, but there's mostly bad.
No, I don't think that. I think good, and if you are a little bit good, well, okay, you can be good and bad, blah blah blah. But I mean, I don't mean mostly bad when I say they're a little bit good. I mean they skew a little bit towards good, just ever so slightly. But it's very like social pressures are very, very easily swaying them towards all sorts of other things. And we happen to live in a world controlled by people who are masters of those social pressures. You might be a little bit good in your nature, but your boss makes you evil.
I think if someone is able to be peer pressured to be a son of a bitch, I don't know if there's that much value there. That's just, it's just my opinion.
I mean, you can judge them all you want, but it's about the calculations you're making. If you can remove those pressures, what you are left with is somebody who will choose not to do harm to another creature.
I hope.
That makes sense.
I hope too.
Unless
I don't know,
they're psychotic. Other than that makes sense if you take those stressors and horrible things. But there are psychotic wealthy people that had no worries that have done a lot of horrible things to people, other people.
Shout out to Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, really want to stress the generally part there.
But I think that you can be. I think it's different. It's like, okay, maybe you're not the smartest guy in the world, but you're not selfish. So now you're back in my good graces or whatever. You know what I mean? I think that you could be kind of not the brightest, but also like selfless, and that makes up for a lot.
I'm feeling
you know what I'm saying
right now.
Not you.
Good person.
I'm saying I'm using you as a general term.
I'm teasing.
One can be, but one can be.
But can
like,
two be?
Man, that guy.
Say you're like a dumb Lithuanian. Say you're like a dumb Lithuanian with weird hair and pink eye. Just as a random example, and they're special.
But you're always trying to do the right thing, and you're not selfish, and you're not greedy. I think that makes a difference. So it's like our population might not be like killing it on the SAT. But there's a lot of activism. There's a lot of people in the streets when it counts. There's a lot of people standing up for what's right and going to jail for it. Like I'm not the guy who's like Andrea's been chased by the cops after protesting. I'm not gonna be the guy who's out there like, oh shit, now I have to go to jail. Is this on my record?
Just a reminder though, like they never caught me, and they got fucking triggered that they like fucking created this fake thing that I did and came to my house to fucking try to. What a bunch of fucking pussies. Like, you're so shitty, cops of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Pasquotank Sheriff's Department. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, you're so bad at your job. You're so fucking unhealthy, unfit that you can't chase me. Me, really? Do I look like an athlete, you dumb fuckers?
Yeah, I mean, resourceful.
Oh, come on now.
You guys have heard of Extinction Rebellion in the UK? Mm-hmm. They are also laying their lives on the line and disrupting traffic like Just Stop Oil and making people's lives a little more inconvenient to make up the point. And in the UK, well, they arrest them also, but there's a lot of activism on
And then the average
climate.
like fucking English citizen is like, I need to get my biscuits
just like
or whatever.
Americans.
Get out of here, you hippie fucks.
Right, just like the
'Cause
ones
they're
that blocked
fucking crazy.
Burning Man. It was like, how ironic. Burning Man gets blocked by climate activists who finally got arrested and dragged off the road, and then they got flooded. It was just so ironic. The big Burning Man festival. I mean, it was a torrential rainstorm down in the south. It was in the desert. They have it in the United States.
And those motherfuckers were like swimming in the fucking like goddamn like muddy
unreal
bacteria. Yo, those guys are fucking
Sounds avoidable.
dead now. Has anyone like fucking called your Burning Man friends?
How
Like,
about-
yo, are you still alive?
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good
Jesus.
point.
How about look
Andrea.
at the extended weather report before you
Did
go
y'all
out to
see the
desert?
Bored Ape Yacht Club bullshit where they all went blind because they used like the wrong UV light and they fucking all went blind because they're dumb?
Where was this?
They did this like party with the fucking Bored Ape guys and like they got like this
Bored
cheap
Ape. What
UV light.
Bored
It's the
Ape.
fucking crypto NFT thing with the
Okay.
fucking monkey.
Thank
God.
you. Sorry.
So they had this party.
What?
If you hold on to the Bored Apes, you're
Okay.
invited to the party. And at the party, they had this cheap Chinese light or whatever that they got, and it showed like the wrong UV spectrum, and they all like went blind apparently for like a week.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was like
now I don't
looking
feel
into
so
your-
bad about laughing.
Looking into your plant light.
I wish they went blind permanently, just so I'm on the record on that one. But
Okay.
That's understandable. I felt that way at
But
first,
what
and then I
purpose
was
would that?
unsure. But now I'm delighted.
Everybody's saying it was Japan in my chat. I don't know.
what was Japan?
Maybe it was Japan. UVC, the bad light, Barb Comedy says. Yeah.
Hey, gang.
Yeah.
I am now feeling very guilty that it's November and I left the cat in the garage. I'm gonna go check on it.
We will be here.
Okay.
We're
Hey,
not
or
about
I
to
mean,
get off yet.
I'm leaving. I got.
Are you
wanna-
leaving?
we could wrap it
infected eye,
up.
and
we
it's
could wrap
about
it up.
to be
Yeah.
super scratchy. But yeah, I can stick around for the
Give
wrap
it
up
some
for sure.
affection. All right, let's do the wrap up.
Are we
I'm not-
wrapping up? What
I'm
the hell?
wrapped.
We just started.
I don't want to wrap up on account of me. I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna jump out. Y'all,
Okay.
thank you. I enjoy hanging with you guys.
See you,
All
buddy.
right.
Cool
I will see
group.
you
Good
next
night,
week.
Jake. Get a blanket and make sure it's covered and happy.
Can you
I'm
believe this
putting
motherfucker left a cat in the no? Just
So I've had to have that. I've had to do that.
I'm
with
putting money on the cat in the garage being the analogy for I paused the last 5 minutes of the GOP primary debate and now I have to go finish watching it because I'm obsessed with dumb Republican debate. I don't know.
He's a good analyst.
I can only
he's
hope
gonna
that y'all were being mean to
analyze
me
it
last
for us.
week. You know, that's my ideal scenario.
Um,
I haven't watched the
Oh.
show. I'm not going to watch it if I'm not on it. But...
Well, everybody was
Oh,
thinking.
What? You're not?
No,
maybe a
somebody
little
asked
later.
me.
I'm
No,
saving it. You know?
Andrea, you
haven't?
didn't put this
I
live
haven't,
on
I'm
your
sorry.
channel, did you?
It's live.
It is.
It's live.
You didn't watch last
I
week's
didn't see it.
episode because you weren't.
I was not feeling so good last week. So
Well, we're glad you're not feeling.
Well.
I mean, we're glad you're here and
Glad
feeling
you're feeling better.
better. It didn't come out right. I
Basically,
almost
just like a really
twisted the
cliche
words,
Hallmark
Andrea.
card. I'm glad you're better now.
Yeah, we are. Whatever it
Um,
was. Whatever it was.
So as far as super chats, I have I
don't
see
think
that
know
I have 3 new members.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, I think I have like 10 new
That's
members
nice.
tonight
Good
because
for
Soul
you.
Life gifts a lot of members.
He gifted me one.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
it's for a month. Yeah, that was really sweet. Nope, we're good tonight. I don't have anything that I need to worry about. And
$2
everybody's been
super chat from
everybody's been real
unfriendly
generous.
atheist,
Oh,
as opposed to
nice.
like a friendly religious person. I
no
don't know.
such thing. No such thing. They're not real. It's like a unicorn.
And then I had one earlier that I want to read if it's okay because it was
Sure.
$10 from My Dogs Are Goth.
I just
Oh,
want to say
she's
I
a
don't.
sweetheart.
You know, you asked if it's okay, and I don't. If I'm not getting the money, I don't think it's actually okay for you to
No,
parade. Look how
I'll
much
share it with
money
you.
I'm getting. Hey
I'll
guys,
share-
everyone,
Aw.
look how much money I'm getting. I'm not. maybe
I'm just happy to be here.
My dogs are God
enjoyed
said,
tonight.
Dr. Rashad Ritchie, thank you for
Yes.
making a real positive difference in the world. I mean, I think that guy does. But okay.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and we've got members, and I gotta tell you, the YouTube membership, that's
Yeah.
one of I didn't count on that at all. I was like, maybe I'll get some. I love that part.
It's fun.
It gives me like a private, like I used to use Twitter a lot to interact with people, and now it's like, man, I'll just do it with the members.
Yeah.
Like that's way more
You see what you're missing
engaging.
Yeah,
Join the
we do
membership for the
that.
Letterhack today or tomorrow. If
We
it's
got
close to
one
your
too,
bedtime.
and it's really
Yeah.
cute. It's sweet. It makes me feel good.
I don't do
Yeah, I
shit
like
with
it.
my members.
It's-
I mean, if you want to give me money, you can. But I
I've
the
been a
idea of
member of
doing like
you.
member only content. Like what am I supposed to say? Like I'd rather
Well,
just
right
say it to
now,
everybody.
I have 5 whole members, but they're quality members. I'm looking at
I
my,
have
my
3
stuff.
half members. And I think 1/4 member.
That's funny. I
Is
had
this
never
the
been
plush?
into any of this before. Never. Oh, look.
Untitled _artwork.png. It's an
I do-
interesting file name.
The
You got?
artist.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't name it. But I have a lead on a crochet doll somebody can make.
Don't look at me. I can't.
No,
even
no,
focus.
I do. I have a lead on it already. Somebody might be able. I got the reply a minute ago. Crochet doll. That's not a
cool.
plush doll, but it's custom. Could be cool.
Honestly, it might be cooler if I may be so bold.
Yeah.
$1.99 from Kowalski, Prairie Fire. John Brown was a good religious man.
Yeah, that was like 150 years ago.
I don't
Like,
even
that
know how
doesn't
to
count?
tell
Hey,
if I
the
got
John,
one.
the spirit of John Brown lives on us all.
God damn, we gotta censure that guy for being so against slavery. How dare that motherfucker? Which, by the way, am I allowed to talk about Israel on this show, or is that like?
I mean, if you
Why
must.
wouldn't you be? I'm just going to go.
I
to
mean,
bed
I don't know.
soon.
If you don't want me to go in, I won't.
I don't
I
care.
mean-
I'm tired. I was going to tell you guys. You could talk about whatever you want. I forgot. I have to pick up an Amish tarp maker, and I am having my
What?
deck. Well, around here, everybody's Amish that makes stuff, and I'm having my deck enclosed.
This
And you
guy
have to
legit-
get up
winter.
at 11 p.m. Yeah,
This
it's
guy a
like,
legit
8:30
Buffalonian
in
or
the
what?
morning. No, he's a down here guy.
Oh.
He's a down here guy. And,
We got over there, guys.
right up the street. Yeah, but they're going to enclose it, and I have to pick them up at 8:30, and it's great. No more tarps for the firewood, and it'll be nice for the house.
Right.
It's
Cool.
yeah. So I got to pick him up early. So actually, I was going to bow out.
Okay. And
I'm
then
s-
I'll sit here and endure Andrea's
Rant.
rant.
mean-
No.
I don't
if
usually
you don't have
bow
to,
out.
I can
but
save
I'm
it for my
tired.
show.
No, I want to hear. Thanks for hanging out, though, Sandy.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, everybody in my chat. I really appreciate you, Kim, for coming, and all you guys. I'm tired, and good night. Thank you, Matt.
And
See ya.
hi. I mean,
Bye.
like
Bye,
honestly,
Andrea.
you're fucking hitting that vapor stick, and now you're about to pass out. I mean, I've been there.
I'm
I'm not
tired.
criticizing.
Oh, Andrea, you can
Have a good
criticize.
night.
Good night, sweetheart.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.
So another thing about Israel, like,
Okay, well, hold on. So here, let me put down some ground rules.
oh no,
Like, because I've been listening to people talk about it, and they start out, on live streams, and they go, "No, you guys, look," and it's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna tell me something like fucking awesome that I didn't think of already, or I haven't heard already?" And who are you anyway, right? So what is your, before you go in, what's like the angle? Is it just in general?
what do you mean? Like my
Like,
general angle
Yeah, like what do you want to say about Israel?
about
the
36 degrees.
Oh, what does that mean?
That's my general angle.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's topical, or
Yeah. No, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I mean, People want to know what my thoughts are in Israel. Personally, I don't believe Israel should exist. I think that's where we should start. There should be no such thing as an ethno-state by anyone. I also think we should throw Vatican City out of there. What the fuck is Vatican City? Are you serious? They have their whole, it's a city, but it's a state at the same time. Like, give me a break. Like, I just think the whole like religious, like, Iran, Islamic, like that whole thing, I think we need to move past that. And I think Israel is a great example of which one to go first, because they're the most out of control. Let's be honest here. And we mentioned the censure, not to be confused with censorship, but censorship. Those are two different words. It's a tongue twister. I can't even say that fucking word. Is that even a word? Is censorship? Censure. Fuck. Censure of Rashida Tlaib. Did you see that fucking shit? Did these motherfuckers like in Congress, like that one motherfucker, like that bald ass prick who's like, I served in the IDF or whatever, that Republican ass bitch. Like these guys are talking about like murdering like millions of motherfuckers and they're crying their eyes out. Oh my God. Because Rashida Tlaib said from the river to the sea or whatever the fuck.
It's all performative. It's so gross.
Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly though, like that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, if you ask me to choose, like I saw this bullshit on Twitter where they were like, young Americans prefer Hamas over Israel. Like, if you're going to make me choose Hamas versus Israel, I'm choosing Hamas any fucking day of the week. Now, obviously, killing innocent people is incorrect. But like Hamas versus Israel, I mean, like Jesus Christ, like that's not even a question. Like, and then the fucking IDF posted, or the Israel, I guess their official Twitter account posted this list of all the dead people from the Hamas terror attack or whatever they want to call it on October 6th or 5th. I don't know when the fuck it was. Who cares? It's not that important. And it's like, at least a third of it is like the military. Like, we were led to believe 1,400 innocent Israelis got killed. And now it's like not even that, because like a lot of them are fucking, just neo-Nazi bastard military motherfuckers, right? Like the whole thing is just a bunch of horseshit. And I hate this whole, do you condemn Hamas nonsense? You say, I condemn Hamas. Like, I just wanted to get that out there. So in case, I got a larger audience than I may typically have. So I thought I would share my thoughts on Israel.
Does this stuff like to get to you like in the middle of the day? Like it's just kind of comes over you, just like fuck.
Oh yeah,
like it's just so horrible.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I hate it. I hate that the world has. It's just like after this, it'll be something else, and then it'll be something else, and YouTube's like, don't talk about that. Why not? There's gonna be all this horrible stuff that just keeps happening and keeps happening. It just hits me like randomly. Like you could be having a perfectly good day, and then it just hits you, and it's like sucks.
It's all fucked. I mean, that's like I'm personally of the mindset that it's already over. And if like in the future, potentially there's like a record of what the hell went wrong, I hope to be one of the people that's like uncovered in like a flash drive from the rubble or something by a future civilization. That's what I'm banking on, right? Like I've given up with these motherfuckers. Like, I mean, the religious holy war shit, like in the year 2023, first of all, people believe in God in 2023. Like, wow, holy moly. And then they're willing to like you see these motherfuckers in Israel, like we are willing to drop an atomic bomb or whatever if we need to. Like, over what? Over a rock? A rock? Because some dude fucking walked on a rock 5,000 years ago and you're gonna blow up 2 million motherfuckers? Like, that's insane. That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like it's already over. I feel like people are just too fucking stupid. Like the idea that 70 to 80% of humans believe in God. God, you believe in God. Like we have fucking computers in our pockets, motherfucker, and you believe in God. Like, Jesus, give me oh my God.
In that case, you want to hear a joke?
Yes.
You said Vatican, and it reminded me of this joke. And there's
but
this
is the
guy.
Joke Vatican City, is that the joke?
Haha. It ends there. This guy Dave was bragging to his boss, and he's like, I know everyone. I know everybody. And he's like, that's not possible. How can you know everyone? And he's like, no, I know everyone. Look at this. Hold on. What's up, Sandy?
Oh, shit.
I was just looking at how does it actually disconnect from your channel if you
What?
it's echoing.
What? We're still live.
Oh, okay. Good night.
Okay, see ya. So there's a guy named Dave. He tells his boss at work one day, he's like, I know everybody. And
like every single body.
Yeah, and he's like, how? That's prove it. And he goes, okay, fine. Pick somebody randomly. He goes, Brad Pitt. And he's like, all right, let's go to his house. They fly to Brad Pitt's house in California, knock on the door. Brad Pitt's like, Dave, what's up? Come on in, have a beer. His boss is like, okay, wow. So they hang out with Brad Pitt for a while, then they leave. And he's like, that was a fluke. That was just a fluke. I don't believe this. He goes, pick somebody else. And he goes, nah, Barack Obama. He's like, all right. So then they go to Martha's Vineyard, to the Obamas, and they knock on the door. And before he even, really knocks, Obama opens the door and he's like, Dave, who's your friend? Come on in. Let's hang out. They hang out with Obama, smoke a couple cigarettes. And then when they leave, he's like,
something else, little
Yeah.
splifferettes, if you know what I'm saying.
He's like, I still don't believe this is true. And he goes, we can go meet somebody else. Just name a name. He goes, okay, Tom Cruise. There's no way that you know Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. He's like, aha. So they go to Tom Cruise's house. Sure enough, he knows him. He's like, Dave, it's so good to see you again. It's been forever. How are you? And so then his boss is like, all right, we're going straight to the top. There is no way that you know the Pope. So he goes, all right, let's go. So they go to the Vatican.
I like the way you're like, all right, let's go.
And there's all these people. Dave's really chill. And there's all these people hanging out, waiting for the Pope to come out on the balcony. And he's like, oh, this is perfect. I'll just go in, say hi. He'll probably invite me to come out on the balcony with him. So anyway, he does. About 30 minutes later, he comes out on the balcony with him. And so then Dave is like looking down in the crowd and he sees his boss. It looks like he's had like a heart attack or something. So he's like, uh-oh. So he runs down there. He runs to his boss and he says, boss, what happened? What happened? He goes, it's the final straw. I'm standing here with all these people waiting for the Pope. You come out on the balcony with him and the guy next to me says, hey, who's that asshole with Dave? You don't get the joke.
Who's Dave?
This is
Who's Dave? Is Dave the Pope?
No. No, it's a non-joke.
But
It's like
who's
an anti-joke. It could have been anyway. It's just some dude.
Do you know Dave?
No, nobody does. Could have been anybody.
Nobody does. I thought Dave knew everyone, but nobody knows Dave. I thought the joke was going to be like the guy's having a heart attack and it turns out it's like an end of life hallucination,
Oh, I mean, that would have been maybe cool, but not funny.
Well, I mean, neither was this.
Well, okay. That's fair.
Right,
it's not my favorite joke.
It's funny.
Oh,
No,
now
it's
it's
pretty
funny.
good. I like anti-jokes, but that's the thing. It's like when I know it's an anti-joke, I can't laugh. That's part of it,
Do you like dad jokes?
I guess. I mean,
like I always appreciate like a good elevator joke because those work on so many different levels.
no, you're not gonna give me that easily. I disagree.
I used to hate like facial hair, and then it started to grow on me.
What the hell?
Oh man. I used to hate speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
Yeah. Those are just the ones I remember. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why they call them French fries, because they make them in Greece.
When I was growing up, my mom told me that they were called freedom fries. Like she was like all in on the freedom fries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like and like
I
I was
thought that
like
was so
fucking
funny.
yeah, I was like 5 or 6. My mom was a dumb motherfucker. But like she was like, "Oh, they're called freedom fries now?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And like she didn't know why. Like she was, she was just like heard it on the fucking like Bill O'Reilly or some fucking shit. I don't know. And she like insisted like I was not allowed to say French fries in my house for like a fucking I don't know like 6 months, and then she gave up. But wow, man.
I think I've been thinking a lot lately, obviously, about performative politics and how people are performative in real life. Sometimes it's called virtue signaling, but other times
I
I
think
don't
it's
think that's
everything. Everything
well,
people do is performative. I mean, this is performative in a way.
yeah.
I'm performing. I want as
But
many
you're
people
not
as possible to dislike me.
BSing. It's not
That's true.
phony.
I
It's
am
real.
BSing, but it is not
Well, but
phony.
it's genuine.
It's genuine bullshit. Grade A.
Who It's like when people are like, "How dare you?" It's like, "Nah, who's going along with this? Who's like, yeah, how dare you? Like, we'll all be, if he's performative, we can all be performative, and then no one can call us on it." And it's
That's
irritating.
what I was saying earlier. Like, if someone can be peer pressured, into doing some really crazy ass, like heinous shit, then I don't know, man. I don't know. I think most people are just like they're sleepwalking. They don't really care about anything too much, and they're just going with the flow. And I think that that's a real problem.
Do you know what's worse than raining cats and dogs? Hailing taxis.
That would suck. Though, like, for real. Like, imagine you're walking outside and a whole taxi, like, not just one of them, but, like, phew, like, just, like, thousands start raining down from the sky.
Do you know how many apples you can grow on one tree? All of
12?
them. All of them.
That's not
All
true.
all of the apples that grow on that tree is how many you can grow on it.
That's I disagree.
Well, when does Friday come before Thursday in the dictionary?
Like, do you have these memorized? Like, is this, like, fucking many years of just, like, being around unfunny people, like, you just pick up
Unfunny people? How do you get a squirrel's attention? Act like a nut.
that one was good.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Look who's... Hey.
Hello there.
Did you hear my dig as soon as you left? Probably not.
That's like the one thing I missed.
I said, I'm starting to think a cat in the garage is an analogy for I paused the GOP primary debate with 5 minutes left and I have to go watch because I'm obsessed with dumb Republican bullshit or something.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I
know you're
won't
not
lie,
obsessed.
that came to mind as I was searching. But no, I was expecting the cat to have stayed in the garage, and it did not. And now I feel a little bit bad. And I hope I don't find a kitty in
Was
the
the
road.
garage door open?
Yes. But it came to me and seemed to want shelter. So I gave it the option in case it was somebody else's cat, though, or if it wanted to be free or whatever.
Hey, how did the computer catch a cold?
I don't know how.
I left a window open.
What if you're on Linux?
Not in this case, obviously not on Linux, on Windows. So,
am I pulling the wrong side? Is my effing? Do you see this? That dip of pixels?
oh yeah,
Yeah, what the hell?
dude.
It's a parrot. Is it not the? It is the.
Oh yeah, it's a green screen.
I hate everything. That's going to annoy me this entire time. I wanted to. I did want to say one thing. I didn't listen to the last 5 minutes of the debate there.
Good. You know, I was gonna take a bath, but decided to just leave it where it was.
You son of a.
I don't even get that one.
I was gonna take a bath, but decided to just leave it where it is.
Where it was.
One time I was reading this book, this whole book about glue. I could not put it down.
You must have just a sea of nieces and nephews, because those are uncle jokes, if I've ever heard them.
I have one of each.
Oh, was that a joke?
I did want to say one thing.
Like, you laughed, so I assume that was a joke. Okay, Jake, all you. I'm muting myself.
The Pope visits town, and a guy is in line, and oh my God, it's Frank Sinatra. And Frank Sinatra turns to somebody next to him in line to meet the Pope, and he says, I just bought a $3,000 suit. I'm Frank Sinatra. This is the most I could ever make of myself. This is the best I could ever look. And I'm excited that I'm going to meet the Pope right now. Pope comes out, gives a prayer for the whole audience. Whole crowd of people. Doesn't care that there's a line to meet him. He just wants to say hi to everybody, and there's too many people for the Pope to meet in one day, so he gives a prayer for the whole audience. And Sinatra goes, fair enough. But then the Pope walks out into the crowd, and he walks up to a bum. The guy's wearing rags, smells like pee, because he's peed himself quite a bit. And he kneels down, and he whispers a personal prayer into that man's ears. And he goes on, and he walks to a sick person and a pregnant lady. Blessings. Frank Sinatra goes up to the bum and says, I went about this all wrong. I'll give you $1,000 for those rags you're wearing, and you can have this suit. They switch clothes. Sinatra scurries on down. The Pope approaches, and Sinatra goes, this is my moment. I'm going to get a personal prayer from the Pope. And the Pope spots him, and he leans in, and he says, I thought I told you to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Good. That's good.
That is my favorite Shaggy dog. Shaggy dog
what
joke.
What the fuck? What on earth? Someone rewind the tape. Rewind the tape.
It.
Clip it.
You got to cancel me now.
Clip it.
Shaggy dog joke.
What the hell? You're gonna start blaming the pink eye. I guarantee it.
What's the best air to breathe if you want to be rich?
I don't know what.
Millionaire.
That would actually be the best. Yeah, because it's a millionaire. I'll take over a billionaire. Millionaire, I could believe maybe has a soul, like a little bit.
Yeah. You missed my Pope joke. It was long.
I didn't. I was doing a Pope joke to follow up yours.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I mean, I could go on with dad jokes if you want, but
I would
I'm calling
love
your
it.
bluff. Keep going.
Yeah.
What's orange and sounds like a parrot?
I don't know what.
A carrot. I know.
I say you go until you find one that makes neither of us laugh, and we both have to try our best not to chuckle.
Those are. I don't know if we have that kind of time, because who doesn't like a good dad joke?
I will try to stone face this. Stone to face this, let's say.
Okay. What did one volcano say to the other?
I don't know what.
I love you.
All right, next.
How do mice?
Give me a second. All right, yeah.
How do mice floss their teeth?
I don't know how. I'm trying not. I'm already laughing.
With string cheese. That's an easy one not to laugh at.
I'm laughing at now the pressure. Please continue.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Summer wasn't so bad either.
I got a giggle.
Winter maybe would have been funnier. You know, more people die in the winter, so it's kind of funnier.
What kind of bug can tell time?
I don't know what.
A cockroach.
It was
flying too close to the sun. That one's not good enough.
It was good, but I think that's it, gang. At least for me, on the dad jokes.
I got one more. What do you call a fish with no eye?
I don't know what.
An FSH.
All right, that was good. That was fine.
Yeah, I thought that was good too. Okay.
I had a blast. Thank you. I will see you.
That was good. Have a good night, you guys.
Is that it?
Oh. What? I mean, you want to go till midnight or something?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like what's the time limit here? I'm just trying to, you know, test the boundaries, you know. I wasn't on last week, so I got like 2 shows worth here.
There's 68 people watching.
Are there really? How do you see that?
Collected across all channels.
Where do you see that?
On my screen, it's in the top right, left.
I don't have that. What the fuck is this shit? How do I not have that?
It says how long the duration that we've been live for.
I see that.
And you don't see an I with the number. You're gonna have to trust me.
This is bullshit. What the fuck?
This is called master controls.
Yeah.
How's your dog?
Well, first of all, I don't have a dog. I live with a dog. He is my friend, but I don't have anything.
How's your buddy, Max?
He is sleeping right now.
Oh, good.
I'm hearing him snore. Do you want me to wake him up? I can. I can do that.
No, he's going to be like, what? What's going on? Dogs are so like, people say cats are dramatic, but dogs are over dramatic because dogs are constantly like, what? You're leaving? You're never coming back, are you? You know, like they think everything is like, it's all over. Oh, nice. When did you get this? What is that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's like, that's actually mine. Give it to him. Let him get it. Look, just sound asleep, wake up, playtime.
And that's Max the dog, everybody. Thank you for watching Left Past 10. Click the button, hurry up. Starring Max the dog, in the Letterhack, and the fucking Jake and Sandy, and then me, and fucking roll the tape. What do you
And just so everyone knows, it's not starting now. It's ending now.